I've got one simple training drill using just a resistance band that'll make your reverse punch faster and more efficient coming up. What's going on, friends? This is Nick with Karate Playlist and Valor Martial Arts. On this channel, we're covering all sorts of technique tutorials, workouts, and training drills just like this one you're watching that'll help you gain the edge in your training. So if you're interested in this sort of stuff, you might consider subscribing and turning on that bell notification so you'll be updated anytime we put out an awesome video or tutorial about anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. Alright, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take any resistance band, so it doesn't matter what thickness or size or style that you have, just find a resistance band, and then I'm going to use this pole right here. I'm going to wrap it around and put the handle of one side through the handle of the other and just pull it down tight just like this, and it gives you a nice anchor point that you can do a lot of training off from. So if you don't happen to have a pole, you can use a bag, like a heavy bag that you can wrap it around that'll hold it nice and tight, or even a door frame works out really well if you use the hinge side of the door. Alright, so when we set up the resistance band, we need to make sure it's somewhere between hip and chest height. If I have it set up too high like I have it right now, anytime I throw a punch, it could potentially try to pull up and over and do a lot of damage to my shoulder. So I need to make sure that it's somewhere around stomach height. Alright, so now when we use this, a lot of people will grab the resistance band and use it just for pure force. So they'll sit here and do 100 reverse punches like this. The problem is when we start to get tired, your body will revert to losing technique just to gain the force. So we'll start going like this and really trying to force our body out there, which obviously is going to make a really bad habit when I throw a technique and my body is trained to do it this way. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a twist on that standard training exercise, and we're going to first work our jab. Even though the resistance band is our rear hand, I'm going to throw my jab, making sure that my rear hand stays right here. All right, so when I go forward, it's going to want to pull my arm back, but I'm going to keep this elbow locked right against my body, just like this. So I'm going to throw that jab and come right back. Throw the jab, come right back. After a few reps like that, making sure that my arm isn't moving, as soon as I set for my jab, I'm going to throw my reverse punch. So I'm going to shift forward, and as soon as I set 1, 2, I'm going to throw that reverse punch and come back, making sure I'm not leaning my head forward and I'm moving from my hips. So I'm going to go right from here, 1, 2, and come back, 1, 2, and come back, making sure the resistance band is on the outside of our arm. If it's on the inside, it's way too easy for our elbow to come out, which again could injure our shoulder and just create a bad habit of throwing a punch with our elbow out. So this is going to press my elbow against my body, throw 1, 2, and come back. If you want, you can work long range trying to reach a goal like a bag. You can move it back and really challenge yourself to try to get out there and come back without losing too much technique. But start slow, start from a close range, and work this jab right here, 1, 2, and then shift back. Now, after you've done about 10, 20 times with a good amount of resistance, I'm going to set up and I'm going to do slow a few times with this jab reverse punch, making sure that my hand isn't pulling back mid-technique. So that's a big part of our efficiency. So the resistance is obviously going to build power and speed and explosion, but training it in this way is going to also work our efficiency, making sure that I'm not doing any negative motion. So I'm not going backward to go forward. All right, that's it for this video, everyone. If you like this sort of stuff, make sure you click on the Karate Playbook icon, because after the first 100 views on this video, we'll do another one with more ways to get your reverse punch faster and more efficient using a resistance band. If you have any video requests or any comments, please toss them in the comment box. And other than that, have an awesome time training. We'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.